will be produced. So why this sound is produced? Because of snapshot of the seminunava, meaning when the seminunava is closed, then it will produce this sound. Dia akan ada bunyi ni. So this one is the second sound you need to know. So at here, all of the chambers, however ultra or ventricle, your pressure in ventricle, your pressure is decreased lah. The pressure is decreased and then your volume is increased compared to ventricular systole, and then but your ultra is maintained. Because at ventricular systole, your ultra is under relaxed manner. Memang relax punya. Dia tak buat apa-apa lah. Dia akan di sini at the ventricular systole, your ultra will not have the blood right. All the blood will be at the ventricle. So now after ventricular systole, meaning all the blood already pumped out from the heart. So your seminunava is starting to close already close. Okay, so when the E is closing, your airway valve will start to open. So meaning that the blood from the vena cava and also the pulmonary vein will start to fill in again. So this process is repeated. So you can see this diagram. So when E is enter the ventricle diastole and also ventricular diastole here, ventricular diastole and ultrasystole, it will start to cycle again. Will continue back to ultrasystole again. Then repeat until you die. This is why we call as cycle, because it is a repeated process. It will repeat until we are die lah. So I hope everyone can understand it. Okay, so this is very important. I can say it's very important topic you need to learn. And also maybe I don't know. I already try to my best explain. So if you don't understand it, please ask now. So I think until here nobody asking. So everyone is very smart lah. Everyone here is very smart. Okay. Okay. Now we will go to the graph of cardiac cycle. So this is the graph, but actually you just need to focus the upper part. Because the lower part is we call as electrocardiogram. This one is for doctor one. This one, if you see this diagram is if you see in hospital, for especially the people in ICU lah. I think you see drama also have right. You see drama, you have the diagram like this right. So this is the electrocardiogram. But this one, yeah, not doctor. Maybe you want to learn doctor, you need to know how to learn it lah. But in our syllabus, you just want to know the upper part one. This graph is very important too. Sangat important juga. Kerana ini dia memang guide dengan cardiac cycle. And in examination, normally they will ask you, this is what Ini apa? Dia akan panggil. So you need to know. And then this what represent this line. So there are total 4 lines that you need to know. So this red line, the upper one, red line is about the aortic pressure. So aortic pressure normally is very high, is totally high, or because aortic pressure is the aorta, right? Aorta part. So this part of the pressure normally is very high. So that is why that you will see is at the very high pressure one. And then the blue color one, I see here this one blue color one. So this blue color is ventricular pressure. The pressure represent for ventricle. The pressure that represent ventricle. So the pressure that represent ventricle is blue color one. Okay, and then the orange color. Orange color is about the ultra pressure. The ultra chambers pressure. ultra chamber pressure. Okay, so what does it mean? Apa maksud ni? Dia bagi makna apa? Okay, so I already mentioned you about the cardiac cycle. You need to know about the pressure and also volume and also the valve. So if you already know this concept, you will know this graph will present what. Okay, you see here that when the ventricle pressure is very slow, very slow. So what does it mean? When the pressure is very low, what does it mean? Meaning at here is the point that ventricle is in the diastole state. So at here, you see here. This point is the point that ultra and ventricular diastole. Ultra and ventricular diastole. Relax. Totally relax. Tak ada apa-apa. Kenapa? Kerana pressure dia sangat rendah. Pressure dia sangat rendah. And then at here, all the valve is open. Valve is open. So valve is open. Every valve is open. Okay. When they start the blood, when they enter here, this point here, what does it mean? This mean that you see the graph, you can see that the ventricular pressure is increasing very big. Increase sharply. So dia macam rush punya. Macam awak naiki roller coaster, wah terus naik ke atas. Sangat tinggi terus naik. Terus naik. So if you see here, when the ventricular pressure is starting to increase, meaning that this point is the point that the every valve will start to close. The point that ventricle systole is start now. Ventricle systole is starting now. You know that, right? Because the AV valve now is closed. Okay, so when it is closed, so ventricle systole is start, they are increase until here. Once it increase until this point, until increase in this point, the aortic pressure also will start to increase. So at here, meaning that this point, the blood contained in the ventricle is almost full already. It's totally full. It's already full lah. I can say it's already full. And now the ventricles start to contract, and then the pressure is very high. Now it's want to start to contract and then pump the blood already. So the aortic valve, is semilunar valve, will start to open. Semilunar valve will start to open. So when the semilunar valve start to open, meaning that it will starting to pump the blood. So when it pump the blood, totally the pressure is totally increased again. So the aortic pressure and ventricular pressure will start to increase until it reach the maximum, until then later they will decrease. Why decrease? When they start to decrease, meaning that the blood in the ventricle is already absent. All the blood already pumped out already. Okay, so when all the blood already pumped out, so after ventricle systole, what happened? And ventricle systole, what happened? Your semilunar valve was closed. Because all the blood already pumped out, so the semilunar valve was closed already. So when the semilunar valve already closed, so your ventricle pressure will starting to decrease start to decrease very sharp also. Okay, when they enter here, when the ventricle pressure is increase until normally is 0 like that, or equal to the ultra pressure, the airway valve will start to open. So when the airway valve is starting to open, meaning it already enter ventricular and ultra diastole. So the blood from the vena cava and also from the pulmonary vein will start to enter into the heart and also fill into the ventricle. And then this process is repeat. So you need to know the meaning of the diagram. So in examination, normally they will ask you what? This point is what? This point is what? This point is what? This point is what? Or they want to explain very short question. Why why this they are terus increase punya. Or maybe it will ask you, when is the ventricular diastole phase mana satu. So you know that this tempat ni, ni very low pressure one is ventricular and ultra diastole. And then starting here from here is the phase of ventricular systole. And then here ventricular systole. And then starting here is the period starting here to here is also